So today I want to talk about a couple extremely minimal everyday carry utility knives from Aerocrafted. Let's check it out. And when I said extremely minimal, I wasn't kidding. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is really small and super thin. So this is the side slip from Aerocrafted. I have both versions right here, and they arrived to me in these little cylinder cases. Pretty nice packaging right here. And you can see right there on the top, proudly made in the USA, so that's really cool. And I have both versions that Aerocrafted makes currently. This is a grade 5 titanium and bronze, and this is a black aluminum and black Ultem. Both have the same functionality, just much different in price. And I'll talk about the price of this a little bit later on in this video. So let's check these out. I'll give you a close-up of the grade 5 titanium version with the bronze slider. This is all CNC'd out of a single piece of titanium right here. Of course, the bronze is a separate piece. So they're both two pieces, but the body is a single piece. This is 7075 aluminum, all black with a black Ultem slider. And I thought this was a really cool combination right here, this black on black. So let's quickly run down some of the features here. So it features a toolless blade change system, which I'm always a big fan of, and it's compatible with any standard utility blade. There's both a right-handed and left-handed version available, and both of those have a single-handed operation. There's a few different ways to carry it. There's an integrated pocket clip on the back. There's a keyring hole for, of course, a keyring or a lanyard. There's a hidden edge saver which keeps the blade sharper for longer. CNC machined out of a single piece of aluminum or titanium. And as I already showed you, it's made right here in the USA. And for me personally, I've been gravitating more towards this style of everyday carry utility knife. Extremely small and minimal and very easy to carry. Here's one I just reviewed. This is the Gear Infusion Ghost TI. And you can see they're very similar in length, but where the side slip really has the advantage is the thickness there. Look at the thickness differences between these two knives. This side slip is so much thinner, almost half as thin as the Ghost TI right here. It's crazy. And just for the heck of it, let's compare it to a Milwaukee Fastback. Yes, I know this is a silly comparison, but I know somebody in the comments is going to talk about the Fastback. Yes, this is one of my favorite utility knives, but I like to carry the Fastback for work. I generally don't like carrying something this big for everyday carry. If I'm carrying something every day, I just want it small and portable, but extremely functional that does the exact same thing. So yes, I agree that the Fastback is one of the best utility knives out there. But if you want to carry a utility knife in your pocket but not have to give up all that pocket real estate, that's where something like this comes in. And before I move on to how this thing works, let's take its measurement. I've been talking a lot about the size of this thing. Let's just see how big this thing really is. So from end to end here, right there, let's see where that comes in at. It comes in at 2.68 inches, and I'll put on the screen the millimeters. That comes in at 0.86 inches. And now let's get the thickness. And this thing is super thin. I mean, look at that, 0.13 inches. So as I've been saying, these are extremely minimal and slim. That's why I've been carrying these for the past few weeks. And another reason I've been choosing the side slip over the Gear Infusion Ghost TI right here is this integrated pocket clip. So that's one thing I was really missing on this guy right here, was some sort of pocket clip, an easy way to carry it in my pockets. I generally don't like putting knives or utility knives just in my pocket loose. So I like to have a pocket clip right here, and this is a pretty good one. It's integrated into that single piece right there and pretty decent tension. So just for the heck of it, let me show you what this looks like in the pocket here. So this carries so thin. Look at this. It's paper thin. Zero bulge in my pocket at all. This is why I've been carrying this for the past few weeks. That's one thing I look for with a everyday carry utility knife is ease of carry and how easy is it to change out those blades. And that being said, let me show you how this works. So when I first received it, out of force of habit, I had this in my hands like this with my fingers sort of squeezing the top and the bottom together and trying to push that slider forward. Now, of course, that won't work because how this is designed, that top piece right here is designed to lock in that bronze slider piece right here. Let me turn it around. So you see that? That kind of slides up out of the way and makes this loose. And once that's loose, that blade is free to slide back and forth. So holding it like this, you're locking it out by squeezing your hands together. So you're kind of forming a choke point. So what I've been doing was putting my forefinger right there in the middle, right there on that pocket clip, and then just pushing up with my thumb, and you can see it slides out very easy. So once I made that change, this was extremely functional to use. And I'll give you a close-up of how this works. Hopefully, I'm not gonna cut myself here. So there you go. So push that slider up. You can see that little detent right there pushes that arm up out of the way. And as you slide, it will, where is the locking point? Right there. So it just locks right into that second detent. And once it's in that position, you can't slide it up anymore because right there, on the slider, there's a stopper. So that is a nice safety feature that doesn't let you continue to push that blade all the way out. So I think that's really smart. The same deal when you're retracting the blade. Obviously, when you push it all the way in, the little arm gets locked in and it can't go out of the back because of the body design there. So the overall design here is really interesting. So how do you change the blade? And that's where it gets a little bit trickier. No, you don't need any tools or anything like that, but it's still fairly tricky to change out the blades the first couple times. So to change the blade, you have to push it out of the back end. So hold it sort of like this and lift up on that slider with your finger and then push up with your thumb. You can see just how that mechanism is working right there. I've been grabbing onto the end of the blade and taking that little slider right out like that. And once that slider is gone, that blade is completely loose. And to put it back in, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So the second notch of that razor blade has to be right about there on the body. You can see how that is all sort of lining up right there. So once that notch is lined up with the body, what you want to do is take this slider and sort of come in at an angle like this. And when you come in at an angle, kind of like that, it locks itself into place. And once that slider gets locked in there, what you want to do is sort of just slide that slider right back in. This is kind of hard to do the opposite way, but you see that? It just pops right back in. So I'm going to do that again. Lift up, push forward. That little slider comes out just like that. And to put it back in, put the slider back in on an angle so it looks like that, and then just push that all back in together. And there you go. That's basically it. So you can see how that would be extremely tricky the first couple times you do it. So yes, it is a toolless blade changing mechanism. Is it the easiest thing in the world the first couple times? Not at all. But eventually you will get it. And as you can see, I'm definitely used to it. So overall, I've been really digging the side slip here, mainly because of this integrated pocket clip and just how easy and functional this is once you get the hang of the deployment and retraction. And changing the blades, like I've said, it is a little tricky at first, but you will get used to it. But now let's talk about the real negative of the side slip, at least for this titanium version here. The titanium and bronze version right here is $98, so almost $100. And yes, I can hear you guys now in the comments. Yes, I know, the fastback, $15. Yes, I know. So $98 for the side slip. Yes, that is pricey. Yeah, I know it's grade 5 titanium and bronze, but that is still very pricey. The aluminum, the 7075 aluminum in Ultem is $58. So the aluminum version with Ultem with the exact same functionality, I think this is going to be an easier pill to swallow. If they were both the same price, of course, I would want to carry the titanium and bronze version. I just like this combination together. But if I was looking at these two side by side and seeing that price difference, of course, I'm going aluminum and Ultem. But that's just a personal preference. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Would you go with the titanium and bronze or the 7075 aluminum and Ultem? All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the side slip from Aerocrafted? I just moved my microphone to this side of the desk and I'm right-handed, so I keep hitting it. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this setup yet. I wanna keep it here, but I keep hitting that microphone. But anyways, if you guys want to check out the side slip for yourself, I will put links down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Oh, this sucks. I gotta do what? I might move this back. I don't know. And go!